live on a moon day. Hey, this is a special moon day. How do I know? I mean, can't you feel it? Can you feel it? What's up, everybody? All you new people out there, I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman. Hold up, Metatron. Like he ain't going nowhere. Haha. Teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger of God, first child of God, the LILITH reincarnated, in all my lovely forms. What's up, everyone? In order to keep up with me, you would have to catch what I posted my community page, my latest short, and my last live video, which will just take you down the pipe hole of Ascension. Welcome to the Ascension. Welcome to the Ascension. Welcome to the jungle. That was my song. I'm not really into rock and roll that much, but it's the song. Alrighty, so let's see. Have you guys had a good day? Fucking day. Holy shit, was today like the longest year of my life. And it's so funny because yesterday I was so burnt out. I'm like, God who gives us strength to keep living on. Keep on keeping on. Speaking of which, let's see. I'm going to see what the fuck is going on. We shifted energy. I could not sleep last night. I have yet to do that like fully, where I was up till like 4 o'clock in the morning. I told Morgan, I was like, dude, I was totally tweaking, bro. I was like, totally. She's like, yeah? I was like, yeah. I cleaned my whole fucking altar. Look how beautiful it is. Hey, you see those little flowers I got? I just want to point out there's 5 of them, and they were from Metatron. We got some new ones. I cleaned all this out, put the flowers over there with Jesus, big old altar to him, da-da-da-da. Had a good day. I only got a few hours of sleep. It was just wild, and the energy has just been going and going and going and going. Tonight there is an unbelievable meteor shower, along with Jupiter and Venus conjunction. I want to point out, why did I put Kanyin there? I was guided to. I'm guided to move things and do things differently. Just like, you can't see it, but I was guided to take my little beetle and wrap him up and put him in a little, well, you could say it was a stone oven, but it looked like more of a like a grave, like they put Jesus. I had to build something like that back there. I had to do all this crazy stuff. But anyways, Kanyin. Alright, so that was tapped into it a little bit yesterday, and that could be one of my best incarnations if we're moving into the Kanyin, which is all love and compassion. And that's what we're trying to get, as much as we can, Jesus-like. I had done it in other lives, so it could just be that my Kanyin is speaking, to and through me. But usually when this type of shit happens, it's a which would get me to the next stage now that I was thinking about it. It's a past life integration. I've done like 14 of them now. I've integrated 14 of my past lives. This will be 15. I was the last, where were we? In Hecate. Was my last one. And that's how I got stuck with Metatron and all of this. Anyways, so today I wanted to sit down and just see what the fuck is going on, God. I've been in the energy, so I wasn't watching it. I was working with it. You know what I mean? When you're working with it, you're on the industry line of it. You're just going with the flow. So I can't tell you what it is. I can only tell you what it felt like. I'd rather just find out what we're doing. So when I sat down for meditation before I came, I was like, the only download I got was Melchizedek. And that was from the other day. I had seen it. And it usually comes in a couple days before they really come knocking. I hear you knocking, but you can't come. Nah, he's here. And I'm like, well, what does that have to do with anything? And then I was guided to, first off, I can tell you a little bit about him and his card. I have a book called the Melchizedek Order, which I'm part of, so we're going to read from that. But ultimately, what's happening is the Pleiades freaking star meteor shower that happens tonight is they're showering us with energy. So I wanted to go into this book because I'm sure they speak of Melchizedek in this book. And we're going to find answers. I have some clues. We're playing Blues Clues. We just figured out Blues Clues. Otherwise, that's it. What have I been doing all day? Well, let's just say that I'm slowly but surely learning how the entire coolant system works in a car as we're trying to figure out what is going on in mine. I went out and did a bunch of stuff, but then my car couldn't take it and we had to figure out what the fuck is going on. So after replacing now 3 parts, we'll see if there will be a 4th tomorrow. On the plus side, I did speak to my social worker. She said, no, we will not buy you a fucking RV, but if you do buy an RV, we will pay for your hookup costs. I was like, super duper. So I was telling that to Morgan as I went to go see if I had gotten my fucking tax money, and I didn't. But I called them, and they said that it would take 16 weeks, which it has been, but they're delayed. I was like, of course they are. Why not? Anyways, but I was telling her about that, and I was like, worst case scenario, bro, I can rent a fucking truck from fucking Home Depot and carry that shit wherever I need to go. She's like, bro, my cousin has a dealership fucking card. We can hit the auctions, bro. Get a fucking truck for like $700. I was like, shut the fuck up, bitch. She's like, yeah. I was like, shut the fuck up, bitch. I was so excited about that because you can also get trailers on there cheap too then. But she was talking about that. And then she had told me already, because I was pretty sure I didn't get that job. So I asked her about her friend that she had told me about, because he does maintenance, that's what they call it, housekeeping for retirement homes. And he's worked with this company for forever, and it's a family-owned company that has multiple locations across Denver. And she had told me about it. She's like, yeah, let's just swing by his house. And we swing by his house. He's hella cool. And he's like, yeah, just text me tonight. I will put in a good word. I know we don't need anyone at our location, but there's other ones, and we'll work with you. I was like, that's awesome. But then I had some car issues, and it was like, I texted him back. I was like, hey, let me figure out my life. I want to be work ready before you put my name in the basket. So I had a good day, but it was just like a very busy day. It's very busy. And so, yeah, how was your day? It was up and down, and if I could describe it, it's like I was on the ocean all day. Like, somebody said, let's go fucking climb a Fortner. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. It didn't look like it was going to be that big of a deal when I set out on this journey. But then after, you get out there, you're like, geez, that was a whole journey. Like, Jesus, journey to the center of the earth. All right. Oh, hey, don't forget to go look at my Instagram. I put a picture up. I put a spell on you is what I heard. That's funny. I mean, perhaps you get some vibes off that. Anyways, let's find out. I'm going to go into the back of this book and see where I can find something on Melchizedek. Why? Because I want to know. See, I told you. It's the 6th dimension collective conscious that serves as caretaker of the enneatic realms and teaching for beings in the solar system, specifically Earth at this time. Priests and priestesses, listen, of the Order of Melchizedek were known to run mystery schools in Atlantis and ancient Egypt. Well, there I am. I told you all of this. Jesus Christ studied with the members of the Order of Melchizedek prior to his initiation to the Egyptian pyramids during his late teens and early 20s. That's what you guys don't get, bro. You don't know what Jesus was learning before he became he was in Jewish mysticism. He was a fucking rabbi, bro. They knew all of that stuff. But he was well-traveled, and that's where we'll get into Aradia, too. She was multiculturally, religiously, I wouldn't say competent, but practiced. You know what I mean? And that goes back to Queen Isabel. She was a pagan priestess that honored God like myself. All forms of God. That's what makes us pagan priestesses. Anyways, going back to this, I just had to point out. Now, the creepy weepy part is I got both of these books. I got initiated with both of these books on the same day. And a third one that I was looking at the other day, which is what? Get ready. The Revelations of the Age of Aquarius. What was our full moon? Full moon in Aquarius. Hi, welcome to the freak show called My Life. You're like, you're making this up. I'm not. That's why you document all this shit. Anyways, so Melchizedek. Okay, it doesn't say, it's just a reference. Where is he in the book of bullshit? The 6th dimension, I guess, is what they said. Let's go to the 6th. Here we go. And this is what happened, bro. I'm telling you, bro. How would I end up with the Ascending Masters? Well, because I'm an Ascending Master. But ultimately, I got stuck with these guys for like a year ago, and it's like, oh, it's all great and all, and yeah. And so just all the beings of the universe come up and tell me what they're doing, and they show me blueprints, and they wave, and they love me, and hey, how are you? Where are you going to catch those videos? Last year, Return to the Light. You'll hear how sad I was about being there, and Pac wasn't there with me. But then you can scroll further, and I'll tell you about it. It's in there. All right, 6th dimension. That means you have left the 3rd. This is about the 4th, 5th. That's probably over here. Sounds about right. That's Venus. Oh yeah. What do we got today? Jupiter and Venus conjunction. So maybe if you do something right, you could be up here with me on the great stuff, on that good shit. All right, this is the realm of higher council, the archangels who interface with Earth, and the council of the elders, and the beginning of collective consciousness. Right? So we watch you guys as the beginning of your thought process here. From this level on up, the dimensions are exclusively of the light. You can't access this, bro. That's what it means to be an actual light worker. You might be a light worker or a starseed or an earth angel. Really? Do you access the higher councils? Do the aliens talk to you? Have you ever had a conversation with Jesus Christ Almighty? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. You talk to who? Talking to the moon. Yeah, I hear that too. Shut up. Talking so much shit. Just kidding. Welcome. Alright, from this level up, the dimensions are exclusively of the light. And that's it. All I was doing was digging in my darkness, and I found the light. And that's how it is. The deeper I go in the darkness, the higher I go in the light. That's what I'm trying to teach you, fudge heads. Alright, the collective consciousness in this realm is that of the souls split apart. In other words, if your soul, after being on Earth in one body, decided to split into 2 or more parts, whether dimensions were based on pain or desire for diversity of experience, at the 6th dimensional level, all parts would share the same higher self until rejoined in the body once again. Alright, so that's where all of me, there's some of me. Those are just some of me. So that's me, and me, and me, and me, and there's so much more of me. And I told you, there's 14 pieces of me that I put inside of me. 14 different lives I put back inside of me. Whoop, whoop. But, as I read this to you, that's my twin flames. That's where we connect. There's a piece of me that lives within them. And it comes back, and it snitches. I told you, it's Russ's higher self. He tells me everything. It's your higher self. Why? Because we're in this together. You made an agreement to carry a piece of me in your heart forever. Vice versa. Damn it, if I could just get you off my skin. Get you off my back. Get you out my mind. I thought that was really funny. I posted that. Did you see the size of that bitch's ring? Bro, I will fucking sock that bitch. I'll go to jail for that ring, bro. We could build a new country off that ring, bro. Seriously? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking shit. Anyways, that big ass ring and shit. And she was like, I do, and this lifetime and all others. Hey, you better watch out on that promise, bro. You're gonna end up looking like me, fucking around with some dude named Russ or something, dude. You don't know what he'll be in the next lifetime. He looks good in this one. You don't know what kind of slime ball he'll be in the next life. No, don't make those type of promises to the universe. You don't know this guy on a soul level. Oh, Lord, you just like what he is in this life. You have no idea what he'll be in the next. Oh, somebody help me. Somebody call 9. Are you guys keeping up? It's the full moon and shit. It fucks me up. Alright. This is the realm from which the higher self communicates with us and connects with us on a soul and spiritual level. It is from here that our higher purpose is dictated. And that's where it is. My higher self. She's coming through. So either she's just going to talk to me, but that's not how this works. I'm going to become the Kanyen again. Whoop, whoop. That's a good self. That's what I mean. Like, as I'm over here, I went through my Medusa. We went through Bridge. Persephone sucked. I need to submit. That's what got me here, though. That's what got me. You don't get it. I just had to submit to him and my feelings, bro. That's all I ever do. When I finally submitted to Russ, it was gone. Submit to Bobby, he's gone. I submit to him, they're gone. Just give in to to your feelings. And the fear and the pain and the suffering and the struggle are gone. Or not. Just keep struggling, trying to overcome your fucking feelings. That should work out really well for you. I should know. Alright, anyways, moving on. Let's see. In this realm from which the higher self communicates with us and connects with us on a soul level, it is from here that our higher purpose is dictated. Beings on this level can choose to project human-like forms if it serves a purpose, but they actually exist in pure geometric... I told you he ain't going nowhere. Gosh, I did like his little things. You ever seen these little things? Me neither. They were given to me. There's 5 of them I want to point out. See? They're little, like, space balls. Sorry, I'm such a child, bro. I am a child of God. Everything's a fucking divine joke. Alright, there's his geometric shapes and shit. Where does that? In creation, this is the stage which... Oh, no, go back. You can project human-like forms if it serves a purpose, but they actually exist in pure geometric forms, which are characteristics of this dimension. That's where I'm not in the 6 with him, but I see it. That explains where I be with him. I explained it for like, dude, a month ago it started. I feel like the last full moon, I don't know, bro. When I started working with him, that's all I saw was fucking shapes. That's why I had to start learning fucking sacred geometry. What the fuck is this triangle and that square supposed to mean? Triangle plus square means what? What are you trying to tell me? And that's where I had to learn all of this. And I realized he was talking a different language, bro. And I've been explaining this for everyone. How did you end up with him? I was just digging in the dark, and I found this angel, and he won't let me out of his light. And all he's feeding me is fucking numbers and codes. And anytime I try to put on any kind of music, it's too much. It's like, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what they are. We're learning them. Do you guys remember what the triangle meant? I know. It's killing me in there. In creation, this is a stage at which thought, color, and sound take on geometric form and significance. Listen, that's what I told you. I can't fuck with the music in there. In this stage at which thought, color, and sound takes on geometric form. So I put in music, and then they start... I told you, it's like a fucking kaleidoscope. You ever looked in a kaleidoscope? I know, bro. Those are like from... They're older than me. But we were old, and we were like just young enough to see this shit before it disappeared. It's this thing. Look up what a kaleidoscope is. And there really are. They're just little forms, and then they turn into fucking colors, and they turn into shapes. Which is exactly... Jesus Christ almighty, he's fucking with me. These type of fucking shapes, bro. Well, these are the same cards. But in the essence, where's the cards? Where's the cards, motherfucker? Sorry. I cleaned up my shit, so it shouldn't be hard to find. They become, you know, it starts with just these shapes. But then before you know it, it becomes these crazy, you know what I mean? There's this Cuban shit. It becomes shit like this. You know what I mean? They become very intricate. All these little pieces put together make, you know, and that's where I had to start with the basic pieces. So, and that's how, you know what I mean, medicine works, right? And that's what they were talking about. You take the basic word and you add either, you know what I mean, a suffix or a prefix to this word, and now it's changed in its terminology. So that's what it is you take just the circle, but then you add a triangle to it. And that's what we do with tarot and different things like that. And he's trying to teach me. Because all that is a bunch of... Don't get me started. So I'm trying to do it, and it's decoding, it's geometry. He works with everything beyond space and time. Beyond words is what it is. It's beyond words when it was just symbols. All right, here we go. In creation, this is the stage where thought, color, and sound take on geometric form and numerological, I don't know, significance. When beings on this level wish to communicate with one another, they simply blend their energy fields in consciousness. This is a unique grid that is formed by the blending of both beings experiencing the essential nature of the other, mainly by virtue. That's where the virtues are. No, that's where the virtues are. No, the sun is where the virtues are. Sorry, I'm trying to remember all this. There's a unique grid, mainly by virtue of comparison and what the other has to offer. This is a sense of knowing and knowing the other without actually feeling as though you have become the other. Melchizedek consciousness exists on this dimensional level. Okay. Still want to know if there's something else in this book where we can find him. That was the glossary, but it just says multi-dimensional healing. Claw channels. I guess we'll just have to go into his book, be part of the order. Let me read it from the card here. He is the last card in your ascension of the archangels. You'll meet Metatron before you meet Melchizedek. In the last part of this, as you ascended to the last part, I got pulled onto a page that I didn't know if I was supposed to read. Melchizedek is the universal logos. Like the president of the universe, he represents overlighting consciousness of the cosmos. And so he's a bit like the grandfather of archangels, keeper of the ascension pathway. He acts as the bridge between heaven and earth, who helps us find enlightenment. He governs the universal golden ray, the silver-violet flame of self-transformation, sacred geometry, and the 7 cosmic rays of creation. And that goes back to those colors. Everybody always wonders, what's up with the colors? Chakras, bro, the 7 colors. I heard something on the radio, and I wish I could have saved it. You're welcome to look this up. Yesterday I was stuck in my car, and I was listening. And it said that Johns Hopkins University did a study about working with green rays. They've come out with these green glasses, right? And you can find them on Amazon. And they have shown significant healing happens for people that suffer from migraines and other chronic illnesses by wearing these glasses. You know what I mean? Putting a green coat. Now, if you know the green, which is what? Your heart chakra, but that especially goes back to Archangel Raphael, who is the healer. They're learning to use the rays, the color rays, for healing. You can look it up. I heard it on the radio. It was pretty cool. The guy was like, I found me a pair on Amazon for like $40. I was like, that's awesome, bro. And that's where it is. Science is learning healing, but they don't know that this is spiritual. And that's where we get to bring spirit and science back together. They devised them, you know what I mean? Religion said that science didn't believe in God, and science can't see it through, religion, but I can show that he's in all things. All right, let's move on. Let's see. Sacred geometry, the cosmic rays of creation, which are contained within the highest diamond light spectrum. That's it. You have to be in the light. My first encounter talks about him, and then it says about how let's see. I met an enormous being with a long white beard, as long as a cloud, and a grandfatherly quality. His feet were on the earth, but the planets orbited his head. His aura were the colors of the rainbow, outlined in sparkling gold and silver violet. I asked his name in a booming voice. I am Melchizedek. I asked if he had a message for me, and his voice boomed 2 words. Spiritual alchemy. That's what page got me. I stopped. There was this thing on the back page, right here, that made me stop. It's like, what happened? I saw this. It said alchemist. I'm going to read this to you afterwards. Spiritual alchemy. I didn't know what it meant at the time, but it set me on a path to pursue the wisdom of my highest truth. You have drawn this card. You are indeed an ancient soul who has chosen to return to Earth to assist with the great awakening of humanity. Congratulations. Welcome back to Earth, Starseeds. Earth angels. How do you get back? You got to go through the darkness, bro. I'm here to guide you. How do you get back to your soul? How do you get back to the light? How do you get back to God? Through the dark. You have to walk through the dark. You can't go around it. You can't. It's what you have to do. You have to go through it and take it off. You have to face it. That's where you find the light. I promise you. I promise you. Message. Beloved, this message comes with confirmation that you have now been initiated into the Order of the Melchizedek, an etherical lineage of ancient souls who are returning to Earth to assist with the ascension. I am with you always. Becoming the angel. To truly embody one's highest truth and light takes great courage and strength. When you step into this role, you become aware that you have a responsibility, not just to yourself, but to all life, to embody the divine in human form in its highest level of spiritual attainment we can reach while here on earth. As a Melchizedek soul, your task is to heal and integrate all of your or all of your timelines within this current timeline to become one with God, with your God self. That's what we all taught. Listen to this. I think it's a prayer. I walk this world awakened. My feet are where I tread. Illusion I've forsaken. I know my road ahead. I call and I will follow across the earth who speaks to me. She talks to me of sorrow. It's time to heal humanity. Into temple over mountain, across both land and sea. My truth rises like a fountain. In ancient force I receive. Initiated I remember. Illuminated I believe. Heart-minded, no more dismembered. What is this? Paraded home to me. I am not from anywhere you are familiar with, but I would journey everywhere to remind you how to live. The pyramids are waking, the song lines stir once more. The crust of earth is quaking, rebirthing sacred lore. Listen to the jungle, hear the mighty river. Blinding you will fumble until you're willing to deliver. Think your life has happenstance, feeling disconnected. Nothing is ever up to chance. You're being resurrected. The last veil are withdrawing. The mists have all receded. The quickening is dawning. Winged ones have interceded. Your soul has flown to you. It is lifting you on high. Don't fear your inner truth. It's time to end the lie. Mother Earth has spoken. All of life joins with her voice. All those who have been broken, knowing evolving's the only choice. I have faced a bitter wind, felt pain beyond my ken, known darkness as it closes in, seen the cruelty of men. Through lifetimes I have fallen, till I've lain broken in my shame. I would do it again to remember why I came. But the time is done for anguish. A new light has come to shine. All fear we will vanquish, because this is our time. The alchemist is unwavering. Distillation has begun. The gold she patiently savoring is the return of the inner sun. For she knows who she is, the winged one. That's a pretty poem. Yeah. So as Isis, and the keeper, Tazfakel, the keeper of the Akashic records, they say that I'm the only one that has access to that. I don't know. I've seen it on other people, but I knew a woman that knew that she was Scotty from another life. Some people will accept it, the visions that they're being put in, and they'll see the synchronicities in their life. They'll see that this is not a figure outside of them, but literally an embodiment of their self that they're reading themselves in a book. Which book? I don't know. Your spirit takes you there. My whole life, my favorite book was the Book of Sybil. It was the first documented story of a woman with multiple personality disorders. Imagine why I was drawn to that book. Because now I'll be the second woman with a massive story of personality disorders that cures them. Well, that did. And that's where it started, was with multiple egos. You have one. I can help you with that one. Or if you have multiples, altered egos is what we had. And that's what we teach with Carl Jung. Now, as we said this, Melchizedek teaches the ascension. All of them teach the same thing. Buddha says the same thing. You have to ascend in this life. You have spiritual enlightenment and attainment. Krishna, Vishnu, Christ Almighty. We taught it. Always. That's what the witches taught. Oh, and then there's Marilyn. Why Marilyn? Because Marilyn held the Lilith. Marilyn held the Lilith spirit within her. She had a piece of me in her that she harnessed. Child of Lilith. So she stays here. You ever known a Lilith? You know Marilyn? That's why she's there. And then Mother Cabrini, that's my mother. She's a reincarnation of the mothers of the mothers of the mothers passed down. They're made of a mothering soul. They're made of a consciousness. Individual, of course. But part of the, you know what I mean? Of the mass conscious. The Shekinah. Alright, so welcome to the Order of the Melchizedek. What is this? The teaching of Melchizedek is a totally balanced, authoritative incarnation of Christ prior to that of Jesus. There's going to be a lot of people that didn't like that. He was something before he was Christ. Were you something before you were this? Science says you were. Science says you were something before this and you'll be something after this. So does religion, but they scare you into all of that. On topics such as reincarnation, spiritual development, and free will are presented in this manual that relate to positive approach to the current transitional stage of spiritual evolution, promoting a harmonious view on religion where there is one God understood and worshipped in variety of different ways, each serving a purpose to those worshiping and to the overall understanding of spirituality. This testament is the order to the order is both down to earth and profound. Dan wrote this book. He is the founder of it. So in the beginning, Daniel Chesbird, the founder of the order, with Reverend James Erickson. I haven't met James in this book yet. We haven't got that far, but I love Dan's story. Dan woke up at his age 33 and something was different. And he started pursuing it. It was literally Melchizedek that was speaking to him and brought him other people. They were like, Melchizedek brought me. There was other people talking to this angel. As far as Metatron, I'm interested. I heard there was one other lady that he was plaguing, which could be Scotty, right, from the spiritual store. I haven't gone over there to find out who this chick is. But how many have been plagued by, who works with them? There's lots of humans that'll invocate, especially my, will invocate me and stuff like that or work with them. But it's like, how many of you actually sit and have a conversation with Jesus or have had that? He has this story and I love it. I love the fact that Melchizedek brought other people to him. God brings people, but they don't know that God sent them. Alright, so where shall we read? I have no idea. Creating and manifestation, that's where everybody... I have a page turned down. Incarnation is what it starts as. Alright, chapter 10, Incarnation. Why is it turned down? I don't know. When addressing other incarnations of the Christ, we are speaking of the function of God as a redeemer in society. Oh yeah, that's it. That's what it means as us fucking soul tribe. I tried to explain that. God, we always play the same role. He just puts us in place. We become better at it. I've done this in many lifetimes. I just have to replay an old lifetime and do it with my higher self guiding me. It doesn't matter. Every time I do a life, I'm a goddess. I don't know why I didn't think it was going to happen this time. I knew he was preparing me to be the leader. I just was like, he showed me on the throne. I just didn't see it that way. I'm like, son of a bitch. And then he looked back. It's like, I've always been here. We're here as a service to humanity. We always have. That's that fucking Starseed bullshit. Exactly. But I'm the dark servant. You know what I mean? I'm of the dark. I hold the light in the dark. I go in the dark. That's what they don't do. I do what they don't. Not that they can't, but what they don't. Alright, we are speaking of the function of God as a redeemer in society and how separate incarnations dealt with different challenges and how they were able to affect society. Often those incarnations occurred, and that's what they said. The prophet Isaiah came back as, I think it was Isaiah. They said came back as John the Baptist. Metatron right there to your right, that's in the golden ray, that was Enoch in life. And his brother was Sandophone, who's also music, the angel of music, and he was Elijah. We've been working together forever. Often those incarnations occurred at the beginning of new ages and at the end of old ones. When you examine what we know of the existence of lives of the entity in the guise of Amelius, Adam, Enoch, Hermes, Melchizedek, Samuel, Elijah, Elisha, Joseph, Joshua, Asaph, Yeshua, Zen, Jesus, and others, you recognize the kind of impact that God had in those personages entering incarnation. Cadence does a really good job by delegating many. I'm getting visions. Hold on. I'm seeing them all lined up and then brought together in a crystal form. Really? Yeah. How can I explain this to them? I tried to explain it's nearly impossible to work with this guy. Oh, I got a new feather yesterday. I wanted to show it to you before I put it away. Those are the kind that'll fly away. It's one crystal, right? This is how they see the triple goddess, with 3 aspects. But it's each side of it has different aspects to it. So they're showing me all the men that they just listed, right? And then they're like lined up, and then they show them how they come together, and they're all one light. They're all part of one substance, I guess. I don't know how to really explain it. They showed me literally in that form how, like, they showed me all these men that they just listed, whatever, souls, and then they put them together, and then they show me this. This is what I've been wearing. I just started wearing it. I've had it. This. Do you see it? That's what they showed me. Yeah, I know it's a crystal, and it reflects the light, so when I go out there, people are seeing rainbow on me. It's reflecting rainbow light off of me. I just started wearing it today. I've had it. My daughter gave it to me. Really? Mm-hmm. That was my new pendant, I guess. It's not new. I just got to put it on today. Okay, that makes sense. To me, not you. It's like a soup, bro. It's like, you see the solid form of the crystal, right? So imagine the earth. The earth is made up of the entire universe, with all those little fragments, all those little slivers of the universe are hidden in it, little pieces to the pie. So all of these men are pieces to what? God's army. They're pieces of God. What am I? Goddess. I'm part of God, but a female form. They're part of God in a male form. All different parts of God. He had many parts to him. Plays all parts is what I heard. All right. Let me see here. Cadence doesn't really care, or does a really good job by delineating many, but not all, for those lives in his reading. I believe there were 33 that he talked about. They were men and women, people of different races, backgrounds, and persuasions. Each time it incarnated, it came in under a new influence to promote a new idea or a new consciousness. We're part of a new time. We're bringing the new time, the new generation, or testament, if you will. In studying the lives of these personages, we will see how one leads into another, just like our incarnations. It's supposed to end with Jesus or Yeshua, bar Joseph, but I have a sense that that's not where the energy has stopped. It has another way of becoming an influence here, whether it is an embodiment or just an energy coming in to help change things. As I saw that, I saw Kobe. Say it again, thinking about Kobe, right? I have a sense that that's not where Kobe's has stopped. He has another way of becoming an influence, whereas in an embodiment or just as an energy coming in to help change things. Right? So that's where Christ's consciousness is now released. It's not in just a body. They want to study the mind. right? They want to study the soul, the heart, everything. They want to take him apart and do all this, you know what I mean, alienation to him, and they want his blood, they want to know his bloodline, they want to know his DNA, they want everything. They want to totally dissect this man to find the root of his power, which was basically the conscious. That's going back to, Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, who's currently incarnated in my house. Thank you very much. Going back to them is you want that brain. You want to know where they were thinking, who they were, based on their conscious. His is released for everyone to access, and that's the same as Kobe. He's no longer exclusive, where you could only meet him if you were part of, his 3D world. And that's the grace of not having to take form. You're limited in your form. Whereas, Jesus could only spread, and that's why the people flocked to him. They knew there was many words to come and find him. He couldn't find everyone, and he didn't knock on doors. You knew, your spirit guided, the whispers, whatever. They knew how to find him. But God also protected him, too. Till, it was to be done. What's important to know is that it came through many parts of the world, and it was evolving in many cultures. And as we speak of him and his lives, you speak of me. So then I was Lilith, then I was Isis, and then we go through it. Each time I started where I left off and learned and had more experiences. I evolved more by each lifetime. You know what I mean? So going from Kali, the goddess of full destruction, but then going to Morgan, the goddess of war. Do you know what I mean? It's the same life, but more integration, more experience. You know what I mean? And in essence, I'd be fucking shit up anyways. Fuck it up. Anyways, let's go. The energy for redemption lives within each and every individual. The choice of love is the individual responsibility for everyone on this planet. That's what will make the difference in this age. There is an air of inevitability about that, but our free will allow us to go on polluting. We can continue to destroy and annihilate ourselves before we adopt egalitarianism. That's possible. I think we're going to be all right, but the chances seem to be about 50-50 at this time. There's a tremendous amount of God force coming into the world to encourage us to change. However, we have the free will, and we can say no. And as I said this, I see my twin flames. Half are dark, half are light. And the dark just refuse. They'll pretend to be part of it just to be part of the conversation, but they're not. It's their free will choice. I'm not going to stop doing this. Right, Russ? You're not going to? Right, Kanye? Right, Lewis? You're not going to? You're going to just keep trying to satisfy your flesh at all costs? You're not going to give this up? You're not going to spiritually evolve? You're not going to do what's right, what your heart is calling you to do, what God Almighty is calling you to do, even with the full influence that He's talking to you directly? It's your free will. Everybody exerts it the same way. But in the essence, it's like, it says that this one doesn't end so well. It says this is the last time, bro. It says it. Why the fuck do you think I'm here? All of us had one more time to come back and clean up our shit, bro. How long do you have? 35 years. Get it together. 35 years you have to clean up your last lives. Otherwise, what? You won't be here for the next one. You won't be here for the next one. The soul ties will be broken. Free will, it's your choice. But you know that you should have made a different choice. They forgive you when you don't know, but you know, bro. You know that you should be. Your heart is telling you. You know what I mean? Your mind's telling you no, but your heart's telling you to go. It's telling you to change. It's telling you to give up things. It's telling you to... It's trying to push some self-discipline and some fucking self-sacrifice. It's trying to push all of these things on you. It's your fucking choice to go out every fucking Friday night and feel bad or not feel bad about it on Saturday, knowing that it's no good for you. These are all your choices, dude, to do what's no good for you. and tell everybody, you know, how justified you are in your actions. We can't stop you. God has never been able to stop free will. He can just end it. Keep that in mind. There is a tremendous amount of God force coming into the world to encourage us to change. However, we have the free will and we can say no. In this next age, Christ will not incarnate as a person because it harm the human condition. I told you, he's not going to be a man in the sky. You can see him everywhere. You can see Christ in all things, and that's what he said. Seek God in all things. If another being descended from on high, everybody would bow down, get on their knees, and ask for a new kingdom on earth. Then pesto. We've regressed back to where we were 20,000 years ago. That is not what this new epoch is about. This is about you taking on the responsibility of being the priest or priestess, the king or queen. This is your opportunity to come home. It is not about getting yet another example. We had plenty of examples. We've had enough examples. The problem is that we keep creating them in another form. We are creating We create hierarchies. We create anything that denies us our ability to be divine beings that we really are. Are the trumpets going to sound? Is Jesus going to come in a cloud and bring us to the new kingdom on earth? No, not in the literal sense. We aren't doing kingdoms anymore in that sense. Even the English may have difficult maintaining the throne in their political structure. The concept of passe, whatever. Why would God create something old in the new epoch? This is the time for the human condition to step up to the plate and take joyful responsibility for being a divine creator. We have a lot of education to do to get human beings cross-culturally to accept their responsibility, which translates to making change in religion, change in thinking, change in concept, and so forth. This may be challenging, but it's not impossible. And that's it. God's giving us the strength. We're here. Those of us that are incarnated, we know what we're here for. We're here for the destruction and for the change. I'm seeing the silo. I'm seeing the guru. He knows that I'm here for the same shit, and he knows that I'm an ascending master, and he knows that I've been incarnated to do this. They're not fully sure how this works out, but they know that they're doing their purpose, which is spiritually evolving everyone and making them, you know what I mean, take responsibility and start creating from a better place. All of us are teaching you how to create by God through your mind. We are teaching you how to harness, how to overcome the mind and the body so that you can be in the spirit. They teach you all different cultures. So you have the Buddhist, which is the silo. You have the guru, which is the Hindu. And then you have a witch. It's a long study. It's a long joke. All religions are against us. Why? Because we're empowering all people of all races. We're not stick to our own races. We are spreading this as far as it can go. We are the three horsemen. There is one other that shall join. That is not biblically as to the two witnesses. I am the female witness of Revelation days. I am. In that essence, it's like we are here for this. We came for this to teach everyone, to do it ourselves, and to teach our families how to do it, to teach those closest to us, to get everyone ascended. Now, in doing that, what are we doing? We're going to create new communities, a heaven on earth, but it's not going to be any kingdoms. It'll be paradise because it'll be nothing more than the garden that it always was. We don't need big structures, bright buildings, lights like that. We've learned. We've learned to sleep under the stars as we were before. We've learned to dumb it down, I guess, or have more reverence is what it really is. We wanted to create the biggest towers by the hours. They all came crashing down. The biggest temples. We wanted the biggest house with the biggest car and the biggest ring. Did you see the size of that bitch's ring, bro? I'll knock that bitch out, bro. Knock that bitch out, bro. Dude, all of Mexico will hide me in there with that ring. Dude, that's like a fucking $8 million fucking ring, bro. We could build a whole new country off that shit, bro. We could find a military to fight them off that ring. You know she got insurance on that shit anyways. Seriously, that's the biggest ring I ever saw, bro. That means he loves her more than everyone? Nah, that means they're the biggest show-offs I've ever seen in my entire life. Bigger than fucking Jay-Z and Beyonce. Bigger than fucking Kanye. Bigger than fucking, who is it? Jennifer Lopez, who's got like 6 or 7 of them. That's the biggest fucking show-off bitch I ever saw. Who? Her man. He's the one that bought it. What's he compensating for? I don't know. Let me see his hands. Let's move on. I'm just saying, we're not building no old shit. It's all new. We're getting a brand new blueprint, dude. Brand new. We're going straight back to the dirt, bro. That's it. Back to the dirt. The meek shall inherit the earth. What do we get left? Whatever's left after they bomb it and shit, we get whatever's left. We're fucking Wall-E. We end up back here and we get to clean up. We're the fucking cleanup crew. We're going to teach them how to fucking farm and shit again. We're going to grow. We're going to bring back animals and shit after they destroy all this shit. Really? Yeah, God's kind of wiping it all out. He's taking down all the foundations. There's no buildings. There's all these rundown businesses and shit like that. We're just going to demolish all that shit. Turn them into fucking something. Not shopping centers. The fuck are we doing? We're building homes. Communities, bro. Do you not see what we need most? There's people living on the streets. They've learned to live on the fucking, in the dirt, staring at the sky. We could do a little bit better for them. Just a little. We could build them a teepee. Most of them don't even got a tent. And now when they do, you kick them out. You know these homeless camps across America that you don't want seen from your high towers where you're walking your little doggies? Can't stand you people. Anyways, why would God create something old in the new epoch? This is a time for the human condition to step up. Step it up. This may be challenging, but it's not impossible. It's doable. It's not demonstrating it's not demonstrating itself very well as yet, but there is an inevitability about it. It would be, and that's it, dude. You know, I'm seeing this, forgive this vision. It could happen. But, you know, in the event of an emergency, what happens? They take our whole cabinet and our presidents and all of them and go hide them in where? My mountains. They'll hide them in Colorado Springs. Everybody knows that. All right, so then what happens? They take out that mountain. Just them. Now, there's no patriarchy. We can build a new government. They're all gone. Supposedly, the government will try to say that these people get, you know, but we don't have to. Once the government's gone, and now we become the government. We, the people, are the government, and we write the new rules and the new laws. They take out, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, but who's they? The enemies they're creating outside of our fucking borders? They take out our Pentagon. They take out our Fight Club. Take out our fucking, you know, TransUnion and all our fucking, you know, all of our fucking debt and shit like this. They take out the fucking banks. What are we doing? We're fucking in the dirt, bro. We're farming. We're eating fucking what we can catch, and we're going back to some ancestral type ways. We're back to the garden now. They said it would happen. Are you ready for it? Are you ready? You don't see it happening in other countries? You think that we're it's not going to happen to us? That our fucking structures wouldn't fall? Do we not remember 9/11? Untouchable. In essence, we got a target on our back bigger than our flag. And who's going to tear us apart? Our own people. From the inside out. This president's doing great wonders with that. He's having them turn against race, against gender, against color, brother against brother, sister against sister. For political, religious, everything. All kinds of reasons. Every state, everyone, every man against, you know, every man for themselves at this time. Oh, you don't watch the news? I try not to either. I'm just waiting to see where the land is that they're going to give us to farm. He gave me a blueprint. He told me how to build these houses. They're going to be great. You'll love them. We have a pond. We'll be fishing. Great smoking area. We have a dance section. We have a great place for the kids. It's going to be great. I've seen it. I don't know about you guys, what you're trying to build with your life. Anyways, let's go. It would be this going to sound particular, wrong of God to manifest itself in the clouds to come back to save us of our folly. And that's what it is. Everybody sees this second coming of Christ as this, he's going to save us. Read the book. He's coming to judge you. Fire falls from the sky, all the plagues, and everybody must die. 3/4 of the people shall die. That's crazy. But when he told me that I was in charge of 144,000, I mean, the numbers kind of add up. Anyways, just saying. We will, and where are the rest of them? They used their free will. They didn't listen. I told them not to go out there, and they didn't what they were told. God told them. This is basic Adam and Eve shit. Your heart is telling you not to do shit. But your mind is all fucking knowing, so you're going to go do because you got all this knowledge and you know better than your feelings. You don't listen to your gut feelings when it tells you not to do some shit. So you just walk out there and you just had a head-on crash and just lost your life. And you didn't have life insurance. So now your kids are poor and put into the structure and blah, 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 blah. Fate, as they may have it. Your spirit tried to guide you away from danger, and you were just like, so ignorant in your free will. It's like, I don't think you should go out there. And that's how I'd be like, what'd you do all weekend? My spirit wouldn't let me go out. There was something out there that he told me to avoid. You didn't want me nowhere near this full moon. It fucked me up just staying at home. I'm glad I didn't go outside. What did it do to everyone else? I don't watch the news. We are still asking for the Calvary to charge in and save us, but we're never going to learn that, on page 96, learn that way. If we keep sending somebody to tie your shoes, you won't learn how to, and you'll believe you can't do it. That's Russ and his parents. You keep tying their shoes for them, and they're going to keep tripping. You'll wait for someone else to come and do it for you. This is why there will be no such redeemer per se. And that's that 8 of Swords. Nobody's coming to get you, bro. Nobody's coming to your pity party. We're all trying to fight our way out of our own graves. Just sit there. Just sit there feeling sorry for yourself, thinking you're dying every day, but you're not. Letting life pass you by, thinking that you're, that it's all your, God hates you and it's your mom's fault and your baby daddy and the government and, I should have never married that person and shut the fuck up, bro. Find the strength to live. Create a new life. Stop holding on to the old life that you lost. I lost my leg in the war. What war? You mean like 50 years ago and you're still holding on to that? You've been a pirate for 50 years. Why aren't you fucking owning that yet? You still think you're a soldier? You're retired. I could really have fun with you guys on this one. But I'm not. God keeps sending aspects of itself into the world so that the world would choose to redeem itself. Jesus said, essentially, that I will give you all that you need in order to do what needs to be done here. I will not and cannot do it for you. I will show you how to do it, but you've got to make the decision to do it and then carry it on from there. It is you who must create heaven on earth. I cannot do it for you. If I keep sending my workers into the field and you keep stoning them and throwing them out, why would I keep sending more? And that's what I tell you all the time. He's not sending you another earth angel past me. There's nobody else coming for you past me, bro. You don't understand that. Congratulations, you've met a divine being. I know this is hard for your brain to accept. I'm not the only one, but I promise you, he's not going to send another one to come get you. He placed us strategically to help, to cover nations. I am the North American Sybil. I cover the Americas, the Wicked Witch of the West. I cover Western civilization. And for whatever reason, some of the UK. Okay. Yeah, them too. Right? But that's what I cover. See, habla español. That's what I cover, right? So we're all positioned in that section. So you could run over, but it doesn't matter because they're going to see the ignorance upon you as well as I did. We can all see right through you. We're here to guide you, but we're not dumb. You think that you're smart, but you're ignorant. You think you're smarter than the soul with all that knowledge and wisdom. And that's your ego, bro. That's... All right. Jesus isn't saving you. There are people born today who may become an aspect of the oneness and be an example to a particular people or culture. That's it. They're being incarnated now. My daughter is going to lead, bro. My daughter is Joan of Arc, reincarnated. She's leading. She's going to lead this, bro. She's going to lead a whole fucking war of equality. For what? All that LGBTQ. She waves all those fucking flags. My favorite thing that she ever told me was that, did you know there's a flag for mayonnaise? I was like, that sounds like my flag. Mayonnaise. It's a funny movie. Anyways, Edgar Caden said, and Jesus said, where two or more are gathered together, I am there. That is the truth. For example, let's say that there are 5 people and the concept of oneness is embraced by all 5. They also choose unconditional love. Now there's heaven on earth for those 5 people. As they choose to be role models to demonstrate that to the rest of people in their tribe or village or whatever, they become the Christ presence in that place for those people. And that's where you become the light for them. You're Christ is light. And that's it. I sit there as a whole speaking scripture and God shit all day. It's the Christ is light. But then you catch me and I'll rip your fucking head off. But that's not what tends to be the picture by religious people. They see one being descending from the clouds saying, hi there, I'm back, and I'm rescuing everybody. You're all going to be happily ever after. That would take away all that we've had the opportunity to learn in the last 20,000 years. Is that going to happen? In summary, I can say to you, individually and collectively are in fact the incarnation of Christ, and that it is your responsibility, individually and collectively, to fill the role previously performed by Melchizedek, Joshua, Jesus, or whoever. I'm going to stop there. I want to highlight this if I can find a pen or something. Come on, Jesus. I'll just kind of turn the page down and be like, why did I turn the page down? Choose a God and walk by that God's teaching, but make sure that God teaches what God taught, which is kindness, forgiveness, understanding, compassion, right? And then we went into all the rules and stuff, we talked about it, but choose one. They're all there for you. God came to you in all forms. That's something that can relate to you, but it was all about spiritual evolution. Mr. Plum has studied that Bible and stayed in that church for over 60 years, but has not spiritually evolved one bit. Most cases, he'll go to church and he'll come back and I'll ask him what it was and he doesn't remember. He has to give me the paper, which I have many of them. Knowing information and applying that information are two very different things. People go to universities, they go to, Harvard and Stanford and, all these great fucking, Berkeley and all these great fucking universities. And they're taught by nothing more than a professor. What is a professor? He's a teacher. He went to school to learn how to teach. And then he specified in a specific area. He zoned in on a specific area of what to teach. It does not mean that he's a scientist. It just means that he teaches science. Unless he has, you know what I mean? And that's what it is. It's like, you're not going to go to law school with someone that's never been in a courtroom. So a priest or a reverend or a pastor at your church is not going to get you next to God when he's still working through his own ego, when he himself doesn't know how to walk through those teachings, and he just sits in his pulpit telling you how to walk in them. They don't have a testimony where you can see mine. I have a testimony to how I use this scripture in my life. They yell at you how to use it in your life. They will not tell you how they use it. They tell you how to use it. They don't tell you how they do. They'll tell you how to do it. So again, the Melchizedek is about that. And so I get why this all came together. He is part of the 6th dimension. We're going into that, obviously. And, you know, no matter where you go through, and that's why I try to teach you all of these, they're all about the ascension, spiritually evolving, and teaching humanity to get to the light too. That's all we're trying to do. I'm literally the dark goddess, getting everyone out of the dark towards the light. I'm telling you who you'll meet, how to get out. Everybody is. Real spiritualists, we're trying to get you out of the dark. We're not tarot readers that are trying to keep you in the dark with some, you know, the person that's not talking to you type bullshit. We're trying to get you spiritually evolved by facing these things. And that's what it is, you know, I teach you some of the hardest shit, which is the dark side. What made you dark? Once we get you out of the dark, there they are with the light to teach you the light. I teach you the dark, they teach you the light. And that's what that map is in front of you. The left side and the right side. I say that the left side, or the right side was it the left or right? Was the female, and the other side was the male side. And that's why I have my right side, all of my females, the goddess, the masculine and the feminine energy that come together to make this. And so you have to have your feelings, you're taking action in your feelings. That's it. If you want to master this, you're taking action in your feelings, not in your thoughts. Really? But if you can't sit there and acknowledge your feelings, you're never going to master this. You're not. You're going to fall victim. If you're always running from your feelings, then you're running away from God. That's your feelings, bro. That's where all my powers come from. How I feel. Really? Really. I gave you a fucking whole hour and I didn't get anything but what it is. I really was looking for some kind of guidance. And this isn't even better because you're still stuck in your head. I looked at that last night. It's the map. We need the map. I have to honor the map. Why? It's part of it, dude. I don't expect many people to understand what all of this is, but it's honor to what I do over here and who I'm working with. I know they're very, you know, girly kind of little pictures and shit, but I don't have statues, and my church would have wonderful, beautiful statues, monuments. I had the ability to build them for them. But we will. No, we won't. Because we won't need to. I'll fix those in a minute. Let me see if I can just get some tarot out. I really don't want to do the cosmic thank you. I will. That's the free will. I can do what I want. But how about I do what I should? Which is what? Push myself to learn something new. I don't feel like fighting. And that's where it's like, don't make me read your cards. And I was like, you know what? He gave me mine, and I was like, I'll do what I'm supposed to do. And that's a free will choice. I'll do what's right. I'll do it your way. It doesn't matter. I could do it my way or his way. I'll still get the answer, but I'm submitting to doing it his way, where he's trying to teach me. And some of it's sticking in there a little. But actually, as we're talking about all of this, and I'm about to go outside and catch this, all this planetary energy, it made more sense. It just made more sense to pull these cards. Or at least read them out of this fucking guidebook. Alright. I don't want to know where we are currently. What's tomorrow hold? Fuck off. Queen of Swords. Venus. No, Andromeda, I think it is. See, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to work with you. Queen of Swords. Cassiopeia. The Queen of Swords is a woman of the world, and her experience has made her wise and a little somber. What wisdom have you gained through hard experience? That's how I got here. I was forged through the fire. Queen of Swords. It's kind of it can be a backstabbing bitch, but it can be a very direct and assertive, you know what I mean, energy. I went to the King of Pentacles. Eight of Swords, being trapped, worrying. Queen of Swords, Ostara. The Queen of Swords falls under the influence of the spring goddess who brings rebirth in the vegetation cycle of Earth. Hers are the powers of imagination and positive thought to bring things into being. It takes all of it, bro. You have to have the right thoughts, but you have to have, it has to be powered by the right feelings. It's a whole, the magician, you know what I mean, to manifest, it takes quite a bit. I'll help you to learn this. Use the powerful creative energies that surround you to shape your future and manifest your vision into the world, but always be true to your ideals. This can be a great time of insight with inspiration coming from unexpected resources. This card is particularly fortress for poets, bards, and writers. I can easily channel this into something simplistic as fucking song lyrics, sentences, but I'm trying to create much more than that. So going back to it is, you know, the manifestation of this job, I manifested it before and I wanted to do this job or at least see what it felt like because I thought that would be a good place. That's what I told him too. I was like, I have a knack for cleaning. You know what I mean? I just, you know, I would like to be, I became a spiritual person and I just want to take down the title and just have, you know, a good job that I can make a good pay and something like that. So I, you know, I want, as I told Morgan or Diana, said I'm manifesting a job being given to me so I don't have to chase one. It's like, this sounds perfect. I just need to make sure my car is, you know, set up so that it can open. Because I want this door to open, so if it opens, I want to be ready for it to open. And that's exactly what he said. I said to him, I want to be work ready when you drop my name. This card is particularly fortuitous. The Queen of Swords may represent you or a woman in your life. I am intensely private, independent, and often single through choice. I hate anyone telling me what I should do or how I should behave. I'm intelligent and sophisticated with a love of art, music, and poetry. I have very high ideals, make a loyal friend, and unconventional with quick-witted, dry sense of humor. I'm fiercely honest, a seeker of truth, who sees beyond the surface of things and demands fairness. I am forthright and will likely offer you well-meant and accurate criticism. So going back to it, what are we doing? What I asked for tomorrow. Manifesting. What is tomorrow? Tuesday? God who gives us strength. He gave me a lot of strength today. I don't usually be moving on a Monday, but he kept me down all weekend. That's what I told her. I was like, dude, I never saw an apartment with these people. I never see them moving me into an apartment. I was like, I see my trailer, bro. I know that sounds so weird to you guys. It's not something that would bring you joy. But I've always dreamt about them. I used to sit there even when I had my jobs, and when I had time I'd get, you know, in bed I would just scroll through trailers, just looking at the outlines, trying to figure out what it would, I've dreamt about it for so long. Anyways, reverse. The Queen of Swords reverse can indicate problems with fertility, a termination, or miscarriage. It can also show an inability to let go of past grief, trauma, or secret that clouds your thinking. Oh, I'm sure everybody wants to know if I'm upset about the Bobby thing. No, I found it very enlightening. When it's happening, there's turbulence because you don't know. There's a lot of suspense. Is he going to say something, or is he going to do something? And when it goes silent, after the silence, you know, I've done this enough with him. It's like, all right, he ain't going to say shit until I come back and bug him again. And that's what I was trying to avoid, is not having to come back and bug him again. And that's it. I just had to give in. I know he's very upset about this whole situation. I face the shadow too. It's like, yeah, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get you out of my life. I've been determined to do that since the beginning, but I wasn't doing, you know what I mean, following my heart at it. I don't understand what you guys don't get about this, twin flames. I've been doing everything in my power to get you out of my life, not into it. I did care about you being part of it because you were part of my soul tribe and you were here to help me teach them to ascend. But when I realized that you were nothing more than blood-sucking vampires that were dragging me down and just poor examples of human beings that I have to speak on regularly, I just wanted you to leave. That goes for you, sweet cake, Allie. You serve no purpose in your hurt feelings, bro. I have nothing to talk to you about. Russ and his jealousy, Lewis and his envy, Marshall and his wrath, and fucking the gluttony that you guys have, and all. I'm all forgiving, and I love you very much, but I just want something better. I'm so sorry to say that to you and hurt your feelings, but I just want something better than you. I deserve something better than you. Anybody in this world deserves a better version of you than what you present to the world. Nobody in the world wants to have affiliation to someone like Kanye West, let alone spiritually. You make me look bad from all other lifetimes. All of you do. You make yourself look bad. You put that badness on your fucking, you know what I mean, on everyone around you too. God gave you all power, and you're powerless to the things of this world, to your weenie pursuits. Oh God, I'm seeing Royce. Jesus, such a fucking warrior. Turned into nothing more than a house mat. He's nothing more than a fucking dirty sock. God, I cried about that one. All the powers in all these lives, and you're nothing but powerless. I get it. I came in powerless too. He took away all our powers. But it's your fucking free will that keeps them taken away. Disgusting. Anyways. Whoosh. I'm not holding on to you. Every time you come up, I gotta figure out how to get rid of you. Why? Because all you are is a healing stage, bro. You're here to teach me and my following some fucked up lesson that you obviously aren't about to learn. How can you say that? I've got 3 years of evidence to fucking back up that statement. What do you have to back up your fucking evolution? What do you have to show for yourself for the last 3 years of me pouring in fucking spiritual knowledge and wisdom into any of you? And I'd see Mike Stud. Fuck you, Mike. You try to pretend like you're getting it elsewhere. You try to give all glory to fucking Guru. You share everything I say from another time. It's okay. That's what holds you back. Those egos, bro. Those egos. But anyways, no. An inability to let go of past grief. No, I heal that shit and don't have to feel it until your fucking season comes around and I gotta see you again. Ugh, I can hear one of you in my ears. Don't let your sorrows obscure the good things that are still in your life. Ask yourself whether this mindset makes you happy or helps you grow. Have you lost yourself somewhere along the way? The reverse queen may indicate a woman in your life. Yeah, dude, like, you know, Russ going home and I'm feeling so creative, I can't wait to write music. The shit that comes out of that fucking cunt's mouth, I can't wait for you to go deaf, bro. Like, give him some kind of throat bacteria or something so he stops talking. The shit that comes out of that cunt's mouth, it smells like chlamydia. It's literally fucking chlamydia that comes out of your mouth, Russell. You're a whole fucking dirty vagina. I am not excited to hear you fucking run around stealing other people's beats and ideas and trying to put them into words. That shit that you came off of, I saw her on TikTok and I couldn't help but fucking insert myself on her and ruin her song with my 2-bit ideas. Oh God, is he a disgusting human being, isn't he? God loves you. God loves the most disgusting human beings. I am a perfect example of that. Anyways, ew. Ew. The reverse queen may indicate a woman or these bitches in your life. They pretend to be bosses, parents, and acquaintances who are superficially attractive. He's not. Oh, God, they're so not. They don't even... Marshall heard me. Marshall was not going to step out without a fresh fucking cut and looking good, dude. He's not doing that to himself, bro. He's not going to go out there just like looking like a whole untrimmed vagina. All fucking toilet papered out and shit, bro. Like fucking gross. You're fucking gross, bro. All of you. You go out there with no respect for who you are. A dirty ass, filthy ass t-shirt, fucking pair of pants like you're fucking teenagers, bro. You haven't even tried on being a man yet. You haven't even tried on the man suit yet. You're all over 30, with the one exception of Ali Gate. But I have videos of him putting on at least a suit. None of you can man up yet. You're still running around with the pants hanging, with your balls hanging on the fucking back of somebody's chair. You know what I mean? Your butthole airing out to the wind. With you in a chain gang and a little wife beater. Talking about some shit some other rapper said decades ago, bro. Decades ago. Grow up. It's disgusting. You're like the fucking Kim Kardashians of men. Just out there with the dental floss. Oh, man. Superficially attractive, manipulative, narrow-minded, unforgiving, quick to take offense, who delights in belittling others. Sounds like me. I delight in belittling others. If you spend too much time with her, she will drag you to her own level. I mean, possibly. Me and Morgan be talking some hellish shit. Why not? What else are we supposed to do while we sit around looking at the world? Like, look, did you see that shit? Do you know what I saw last night? Talk about fucking bitch-ass men. I can't make this up. She went off. I went off. It was unbelievable. Hold on. On the other hand, this could be describing you if you've slipped into a habit of looking at life in a negative way. I'm sitting out there in the dark. Nobody can see me, bro. I'm just sitting there, barely moving. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm, like, not trying to be seen, but I'm sitting there. This guy pulls up next to my car. There's a fucking, where my car's parked, there's a fucking lamp there, or there's a street light, and there's this huge cement block around this street light that we tend to sit on, or put our fucking, our sodas or our drinks on while we're fucking with the car. The daughter will sit, her daughter will sit there and play with it. Sometimes she'll put her foods or her snacks on it. This guy pulls up last night at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm sitting across it, and I watch it. And he gets out of his car, and he bends down around this pillar of fucking cement. The way it looks at first is I think he's doing a line. It makes so much more sense than what he's really about to do. He hovers around it, like he crawls down, he squats down, both his legs spread, and he gets down around it like he's about to do a line. Do you know what he does? He pulls out his dick and pisses right there. I couldn't fucking believe it. And when I told Morgan, she said, he fucking squatted to piss? What fucking mangina has to squat to piss? I said, Morgan, I never seen nothing like it in my life, bro. I thought he was doing a line, the way he held on to the fucking, like he hugged it and got low. She's like, what did you say to him? I walked straight up to him and hit him in Spanish. The fuck are you doing out here? Did you just piss in front of my car where we sit and we put our coffee? I was like, did you not know I'm the witch? I was like, let's see what happens now. And I went and sat down. He spent 5 minutes pleading to me as I had my headphones on. Please don't make nothing happen. Please don't let nothing happen to me. Please don't let nothing happen. I was like, what's wrong with you? I didn't know how to say dick in Spanish. So I kept saying wee wee. Nomás te sacas tu pinche wiwi aquí afuera con todos los niños. Aquí con tu pinche wiwi. And so I'm yelling at him all at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. You and your wiwi and your wiwi and your wiwi. Because I can't remember how to say verga. That word is not coming in my head. All I can think is wiwi. I was like, do you live here? He said, yeah. I was like, why didn't you go upstairs and fucking take a piss? So get your kids out of the car and take your little wiwi upstairs. This really happened, bro. Have you ever seen a guy squat to piss? I did. I ain't never seen no shit. I ain't never seen no shit like that in my fucking life, bro. Talk about a mangina, bro. Why was he doing that? I don't know. That's what he does. Somebody taught him that. He did it like it was a normal thing. He got out of the car, left his kids in the car, and it's like couldn't hold it, which means he was drinking. He was drinking. If he had to piss that bad. Why can't you stand up like a man and pull your dick out like a man and piss like a man? Why did I just watch you squat, do the whole egalitarian squat, and pull your mangina out?
Why do dogs do that?
I swear to God, dude, it's on the camera, but I didn't want to be out there causing shit, bro. It was weird enough for me to be out there that late. They heard me. I'm sure they heard me. I was out there, your wee-wee and your wee-wee. I was all wee-wee this and wee-wee that. I told Morgan, she's all, you fucking serious? You fucking squatted? I swear to God, Morgan, I saw it with my own 2 eyes, bro. I swear, don't touch that. He pissed on it, bro. Talking about the Queen of Swords over here. Alright, so yeah, I could easily be a backstabbing bitch and totally take this sword and fucking cut your head off. I try not to do that too much, but yeah. God gave me the sword. Michael gave me the sword of truth. I'm only going to cut you with truth. I'm not going to stab you with a lie. And I'm not going to stab you in the back. I'm going to fucking cut your heart out with it. I'm going to cut your throat and your heart out with the actual truth, bro, where you can't say shit. You're just going to sit there bleeding. On everybody else around you, because you ain't saying shit to me. Alright, tomorrow's going to be a rough one. Don't be a bitch. That's what I heard. The Queen of Swords is dangerous. That's like Marshall said. I don't know what you said in that movie, but there was only a clip of it that said, eat a dick. Eat a big fat dick. That's what I saw pop up in the middle of the night last night. I was like, that's totally my fucking twin flame. That's what I'd be saying all the time. You cock-sucking fucking douchebags in this. He said something about it like semen. It's like, wait a minute, what does that taste like? We are so dirty, filthy. That's my King of Swords. I'm the Queen of Swords. This is an example of how the swords can be used foully. You have to not, don't foul the ball. Right. Be nice tomorrow, Marshall. I'll try myself, too. For the rest of you, try to be nice. And we're ascending. How do you ascend? You have to descend. That's what I teach you over here. Carl Jung wants to speak, too. We're going to be talking to him sometime this week. I'm talking to dead people. Hey, welcome to the darkness. We got fun and games. Hey, I'll catch up with you. Love you. Laters. Bye-bye now.